Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This podcast is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Now more than ever, our online reliance has been rapidly increasing. We stream our favourite shows, we keep in touch with our loved ones, we even watch podcasts like The Brew. And we like to think our information is safe, but as our online footprint increases, so does our need for proper security. Yeah? Surfshark is a VPN service that protects your information by encrypting all the data that you send through the internet, keeping anyone unwanted from seeing it. Another great reason to use a VPN is because content from different streaming services don't want you to watch everything in every different country. It's a disgrace. There's certain shows for America, certain shows for Canada, certain shows for Mexico, Venezuela, UK, Netherlands. How about you have access to all of them and get access to everything, whether that's Netflix, Amazon Prime, or even football highlights on Twitter. And with Surfshark, you can solve that problem by simply changing your location. Also, if you do go on abroad on holiday and you're in Tenerife and you're in Faliraki, you still want to watch BBC iPlayer, don't you? You still want to watch Premier League football. Change your location back to the UK while you're gone to get access to all of your home comforts. And currently, Surfshark are bringing you genuinely one of the most ridiculously good deals I've ever heard. Use the link in the description and use code Paddock, as you can see on the screen there, code Paddock. You will get, wait for this, 85% off, which means for something like a couple of quid a month, you can be fully protected. Plus, you get 3 months for free, and Surfshark also offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. So use the link in the description, promo code Paddock, as you can see there, for, again, let me just listen to this, 85% off, 3 months for free, and a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Jay here from Stretford Paddock. This is The Brew, and joining me, we haven't got Stephen Alson. We've got two people who are even better. We've got Dre. How we doing, Dre?
I'm just gassy. Said I'm better than Stephen Alson.
I mean, you know, some people.
I was literally going to say
it's not that difficult,
if
but I wouldn't say that because he's my mate.
If you raise Jay's chair a little bit higher, you'd complete the thumbnail.
A little bit to the side. That's actually mad. It's 10 hours.
So good we've got a bald manager. I'm so happy that as well with us as is get my words out, as well with us is Ronaldo Brown. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Yeah?
How are you?
Are you in the Christmas mood?
I don't know. I feel like more so because we had Christmas songs on upstairs.
Oh, have you?
Until then.
I've been out and about.
It's just depressing, isn't it? The older you get, the less Christmassy you get.
Gee, that is a depressing statement, isn't it? Jeez.
There you go, Ronaldo Brown spreading a bit of Christmas cheer.
Here's a question.
On Christmas Eve.
When you have kids, do you start feeling more Christmassy again? Because that's something I've heard on the streets.
Yeah. Basically, my missus is pro-Christmas.
Right.
She's 100% into Christmas, loves it, embraces it. My sort of beginning and end with Christmas is always the price. How much is this going to cost?
Too expensive.
What's this?
How sad is
How
that?
much is that? What's that? Have we got to get them that? Do we really have to get them that one? I think, how much are we spending on this? And I know that sounds miserly, but that's just, you know, you have to budget, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Times are hard. So yeah,
problems.
the kids love it, my missus loves it, and I enjoy, you know what I mean, seeing them lot happy.
Yeah,
if it was my way, if I had my way, I probably wouldn't bother with it.
At all. At all.
Come on, like.
Surely.
Do you know what I mean? I know that's a bit like bar humbug, but I'm not that bothered. I'm not that bothered like about it.
It's a bit of it's a universal birthday, isn't it?
Is it?
In terms of the whole present giving.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just an extra excuse.
I do
gifts.
enjoy giving like gifts. I do like buzz off people seeing that they've got a nice gift and they're happy. And I love it when the kids get all giddy and like they're like, you know, excited and they've got a present they're giddy about. But mine are at that age now where when my kids were younger, what they used to do is they just love opening presents. So you'd be better off getting them loads of little things because they'd love get all giddy. They open some, oh, that's great, and then they move on to the next one, rather than spending loads of money on big things because they just move on quite quickly. Now they're at an age where they know what they want. They've got certain things that they want. So
it's just kind of like they expect them.
Yeah, we used to go in the toy shop.
If it's not there, they're like...
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We used to just go in the toy shop in Salford, West One, and just get a load of like little toys, and they'd all, you know,
it's family. Isn't it? I guess it's a family togetherness kind of thing.
Yeah,
I've heard adults more look forward to the Christmas dinner, but
I think controversially, Christmas dinner's a little bit overrated. I think.
Nah, it's
Really?
so good, man.
What is up with you?
So
put out.
good.
Christmas dinner's overrated. Christmas dinner is elite.
It is elite. It's probably the best like meal you'll have all year, I'd say.
It is, isn't it?
Because you go to town with it as well.
Yeah.
Like, you make sure it's
4
like
hours
sorted.
of preparation, bro.
It's good for the bowels. That's about it.
Is it?
Do you have a full Christmas dinner? Are you like good for the bowels? Did you just say?
What?
The bowels?
Christmas dinner's good for the bowels. Fair. Get that on a mug or something.
Jacob O.C. has been a member of the Academy for 20 months, says, Merry Christmas to all, even the feisty live chat and comment section peeps. Thanks for all the laughs over the year. Peace and goodwill for 2023. Thanks a lot, Jacob, and thanks for your support. Thanks to everyone who supported us this year. It's been a positive year for us at Stretford Paddock, and we appreciate all you guys helping us achieve that. So you go into, we've got a poll going there. Is Christmas dinner overrated, as Ronaldo Brown says? Well, straight away you've got 100% agreeing with you. I'm guessing that's the first vote.
It's probably in.
Yeah, now it's gone down. So 47% agree with 50-50.
I fully expect that you get a dead split in that. So it's not actually as controversial as I thought it was. Because if it was, more people would disagree.
Do you have to get a lot of gifts? Because you haven't got any kids. Do you have to get like lots of siblings and parents?
Actually,
and
don't.
stuff?
It's not too bad, but
Yeah.
you still.
Have you got nieces and nephews or anything?
I do, but not local.
Okay. So you don't have to get them.
You know what I mean? So it's not too bad. I think it's more for a family man like you.
My mate, he's got something ridiculous like 30 odd nieces and nephews.
You're joking.
Nah, I'm not joking. I'm being serious. And he used to. I used to go shopping with him on Christmas, like for his Christmas. All he used to do was he used to go in like Asda or whatever and just clear out a shelf of selection boxes.
Yeah, I was going to say,
That's
it's got to
all
be
they
a
all
selection
got.
box each.
They all got a
Literally.
selection box.
Yeah.
Like that was it. There was no
Oh
one
my
get
God.
anything else. It was they're all having a selection box each. No matter what age they are. Do you know what I mean? What is going on
get a
for them?
bunch of
They're
Christmas
getting a
cards.
selection box. That is it. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
cards.
Christmas cards are $5, isn't it?
Mate, yeah, I suppose you could do. What about you, Dre? Have you got many gifts to get?
Not really. Even me and my girlfriend this year, we're just like, nah, let's not get each other anything. Like, what's the point?
Wow.
What's the point? It's not like I want something. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like,
You can always.
I'm not dying for like a Nintendo Wii or something.
Not.
So just my mum and dad. It's not getting anything for my brother.
Yeah.
I should probably get something for my nonna. My
What
nan.
are people saying?
But-
Do people actually think that is overrated? Or
Let's
just-
get into the
I don't
comments
know.
here because it's 60% saying no, they don't think it is, and obviously 40%. It keeps fluctuating. Sweaty Legend says, what happened to the 12 days of Paddock? That kicks off, I think, tomorrow. That's the 12 days of Paddock. We've got a prize draw going on every day for 12 days. And the winner, the big winner, obviously there's 12 prizes, but the last prize is 500 quid.
Jesus.
Glenn F says, I know, we can't even enter as well. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
I think I've entered.
Can
Have
I?
you entered?
No.
Well, you're not going to win. Because if you do, we'll do the draw again.
Can I enter?
Well, you can enter, but you can't win.
Alright.
And listen, if you join our membership, regardless of whether you win prizes, you get extra content as well and a discount on the merch. Cannibalistic says, Jay's like the Glazers at home. That's a bit harsh. Glenn F says, definitely when you've got kids, you enjoy it through them, Jay. I'm afraid your new nickname is Scrooge. Well, you know, I'll wear that nickname. King Dino says, Christmas dinner is amazing as long as you don't have turkey.
Everyone says like turkey's dry.
Yeah.
But like, what does that even mean? Surely you just put gravy on it and it's not. It's not. Do you know what I mean?
It means it's flavourless and the texture's just a bit dry.
Yeah, but what if you cook it like with herbs and stuff? Like, what if you like put a bit of effort into it?
Spoken
You know what
like
I mean?
a true Italian.
Yeah, like if you just got like a steak and fry. Well, maybe not steak, but like I don't know. If you just fried chicken and just ate it on its own with nothing, no sauce, no seasoning, it'd be dry as well, wouldn't it? Surely.
Yeah, but there's
By the way,
like,
I'm-
chicken is like, yeah, that's the thing with chicken.
Back to we've let Dre off the hook here. Back to the whole back to the whole thing with his missus where he's like, we're not getting each other presents.
I didn't decide that though. It was a mutual.
I feel like
agreement.
When you say it's a mutual agreement,
I
is it a
think
mutual agreement like,
I
remember when
think you
Nemanja
decided
Vidic
it.
left United
Nope.
and it was a mutual agreement?
Yeah.
That he basically told David Moyes, I'm going. And David Moyes went, right, okay.
I'm an honest
we'll
man.
mutually agree.
I'm an honest
Did
man.
your missus go, we're not getting each other presents? And you went, all right, okay.
I think he initiated it 100%.
Yeah, who had that first conversation?
And I reckon she still expects something.
Hey, do you reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, what do you reckon I should get her then?
bro.
Because we don't have this conversation.
Teach Dre how to be a boyfriend now.
Taking advice from me, Ronnie,
the
you've
original
got problems.
plan was put the money towards something better, like going away next year or something.
Oh, that'll still be a plan. That
Yeah.
will still be a plan, but you've got to get her something.
I'll get her a card and
You
a
get
selection
a
box. I'll get a selection
Better than
box.
nothing.
I'll
Card's
speak to your
better.
mate.
Yeah,
See
you
if you've got
can't
any
have like,
extra
because what imagine, right, if she goes, yeah, I got you a little something in it.
Nah, because she
Yeah.
won't.
You know what
Because
I
I
mean?
know
Like,
she
I
hasn't.
know we said we weren't going to get anything, each of anything, but I got you something.
Nah, but the thing is, I've been with her for quite a while now, and we've done this before, and we've both stuck to it and not got each
Really?
other something. So it's like, I know what I'm in
Jesus.
for. Do you know what I mean?
Because my missus said this to me on our birthdays. Our birthdays are 4 days apart, but thankfully hers is before mine.
Ah, yeah. So you've got.
So when she
got
said,
it.
so I was like, oh, I just got you a little something. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So it's like, because it's after Christmas as well, so we usually skin. Dalma, Sam.
So you
has
know
been
what to do.
Yeah, has been a member of the academy for 9 months. Says, afternoon, lads. I'll be flying in from Toronto to catch my first ever United game against Forest, living the dream, and I am well excited.
Yeah, enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
Who's having the World Cup? The next World Cup, are you going?
It's North America and
Yeah.
Mexico, Canada, US.
Mexico, Canada, you. I really want to go to that.
Yeah, I feel
I
that's a
do.
good one to go to.
I do.
I want to try and
I'm trying
do
to
like
tag along
a
to that
game.
one as well.
Yeah. You did Qatar. didn't
He
you?
has like the one that like no one went to, and you went.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like the Qatar World Cup. That's like the World Cup.
It was
that,
10
like, no one
times
went
better
to.
than I expected it to be, though. To be fair.
I was
Yeah.
a little bit annoyed with your sort of how underwhelmed you were before you set off about going. You were like,
It's understandable
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
All you heard was how bad it was going to be in the news.
And it was literally, and then it turned out to probably be
but
one of the best
and
World
also
Cups
the
ever.
World Cup, like your World Cup experience wasn't like most people's.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you were like, yeah, I'm going to Qatar. Yeah. That was like, literally like, I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm going to stay in Rio. And that, yeah.
Following business class.
Yeah, yeah. I think I need to start packing and that. I was like, bro, that's amazing experience.
What was the
Yeah.
best thing about being there? Or like a highlight or something?
I think the highlight was more seeing like the different cultures of fans. I think
Yeah.
it was how like football kind of brings people together. It sounds cliche, but it was the integration of different cultures. So like when Japan beat Germany, when you walk through the metro, anytime there was a selection of Japan fans, everyone else is there cheering. I'm like, hey, and it's a bit like
Yeah.
everyone's together and mixing,
Yeah.
and it's like would you get that at anything else other than a large sporting event?
No.
That's what makes sports what it is.
Did you see any trouble between
No.
fans? Nothing.
No trouble at all, and you get to meet some great people. The weather was nice. You're literally at a World Cup. As negative as people try to paint out beforehand for some reasons that might be correct, I'm not going to say, but it was still an experience that I can't scoff at. Obviously, it's a World Cup, and it was really good.
Do you know what though? I mean, obviously with Qatar it was slightly amplified and different because there was the migrant workers, there was the LGBTQ issues as well, the way they were treated. So I get that the people from that community were treated. Sorry, so I get there was a lot more controversy, but there was controversy. I went to South Africa. There was a lot of controversy there as well because of the way they were treating like the homeless people, and there was all these rumours you can get robbed and stabbed and all this, and it was like quite violent. None of that. And I went to Brazil as well. And there was a lot of like worry that they weren't prepared. The infrastructure wasn't in place because there was a lot of building stuff going on, and there was a lot of stuff going on. But it was, in terms of the World Cup, they seemed to handle it. The only sad thing there was when we went to Rio, there was a lot of people who were living in poverty. There was still, like in South Africa, they'd sort of moved everyone out. I know it sounds grim, but in Rio you could see that like there was people literally with nothing. Do you know what I mean? But no, it's good that you went out there. Good that you had that experience. What I want to do for the next one is go like one game in Canada, one game in America, and one game in...
Yeah, it's because it's difficult. In
some cheap
in
flights.
Qatar World Cup, you probably had the ability to go to a lot more games.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing it which made it really good actually, because I feel like the fans are kind of quite closer knit and closer together, whereas in the North America one, I think there's a large area there to cover. Mexico,
Yeah, it's a lot of miles,
Canada.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd have to think about like Germany. If you had it in like Germany or
Well, when
England
Germany
or
was
something.
2006, wasn't it?
Well, Germany,
Yeah, and you can get about
Don't
quick.
Germany have the Euros next though?
Yeah, they do.
And that's literally in 18 months.
It's mad, that, innit?
isn't it?
It's mad. Preposterous Owl's got some advice. Says, season your turkey properly and make some banging gravy. Make sure you add enough batter to your mash. Roast your Brussels sprouts with garlic and olive oil. You can do better. Ronaldo, he's saying that. I don't know why he's blamed at you.
Okay,
because,
now Gordon.
I know, yeah.
Well, like go.
And don't people shove like the stuffing up the chicken's ass, the turkey's ass? I swear that's a thing. Seriously.
Yeah. I think that is...
Does that make it taste better? Yeah.
I think that's... Yeah, but I don't know if you... Is that what you do? Do you stuff it up their ass? Or the
I think
turkey's
so.
ass?
Get in the comments.
But yeah.
I don't do that because
You can tell I've never
literally,
done Christmas dinner.
Christmas in a Jamaican household is generally the usual foods, but just more of it.
So that's what you do. Is your household Jamaican,
it's,
yeah?
Yeah, so it's literally just rice. It's rice and peas, oxtail, curried goat.
Oh, like more
fried
of
chicken,
the traditional stuff.
more jerk
Mate,
chicken.
that's making me mouth water.
Do you know what I mean? White rice, steamed veg, all the best Jamaican commodities, patties, it's everything that you can expect. Just more of it as a banquet.
Right.
Is that because there's more people there, usually?
or just an excuse?
Or it's just
as well?
an excuse to cut more.
Do you drink alcohol early doors?
If the alcohol for Christmas usually sorrel juice.
What is it? Do you start in the morning though?
Sometimes.
Because whenever I
Stinger.
go around with mum and dad, so we're on the Bucks visit like 8 a.m.
Books,
Do you know what I
yeah. Okay.
To be fair, I used to be until I quit drinking. Do you know what I mean? It was an excuse like, oh yeah, just have a Bucks fizz first thing in the morning, and absolutely steamboated by the time the Christmas day starts. And you start arguing with everyone. Get involved in the chat and the comments. We will talk a little bit about football. I know it's like breaking tradition on this podcast. We don't usually do that. Charlton in the quarters, isn't it?
It is. When was the last time we played Charlton? Long time ago, I reckon.
2004 in it or something, I reckon.
Football heritage, that though.
Charlton.
Charlton Athletic.
That's peak.
Is
that,
it,
innit?
I don't tell me the name of their ground. Is it Valley something?
The Valley, innit?
Oh, the Valley. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know them ones where you knew what
Valley.
the stadium's called, but you want to pretend like you're thinking on it.
Yeah.
No, 'cause I was gonna say Valley.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Valley.
He's literally just done an article on it, and he's just done an article like 2 hours ago on it. It's like, yeah,
it's called the
I'll
Valley.
say that.
It's called the
Just-
Valley.
I know this one. Don't. Yeah.
That was so obvious.
Charlton, yeah.
Is that so obvious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's so
See, I was
big.
going to say Valley Parade, which is
That's Bradford.
Bradford,
innit?
yeah.
Valley Parade. Charlton. It does feel like a bit like peak Fergie playing Charlton. Did you watch their game? I watched the highlights of them against Brighton.
I didn't.
I didn't watch
They
highlights.
rode the luck a lot, and then obviously it went to penalties, and I think both teams just missed loads of penalties until eventually Charlton
So,
scored more.
because now we're
obviously.
talking about League Cup, and we're talking about the fact that
Oh, there you go. Jacob O.C. says 2007. Park and Fletcher scored 2-0 at OT.
talking
play.
about the fact that obviously we are looking to make
There you
it.
go. Producer Chris is just give us that as well.
We're looking to obviously make it an opportunity for silverware in the quarterfinals. A lot of the big guns have already gone out. Would you rather us finish third place or fourth
I hate these
in the
questions.
top four?
Yeah.
What did you want me to give you
Nah, go on.
Would you rather
you want me to give you a disclaimer
lose your leg
form?
or your arm?
You want me to give you a disclaimer form? Would
go on.
you would you rather us finish in the top four
Yeah.
or win the Carabao Cup? You can't one or the other.
So it'd
So
only be
one or
the
the other?
Carabao Cup and fifth, right? I'm guessing, and then none of the other trophies.
Not necessarily fifth. Could be just anywhere outside the top four.
No, I'd say. Do you know what? I'm probably contradicting what I've said in the past. Because I'm gagging for a trophy. I hate the fact we haven't won silverware since 2017.
The problem with the
Pains me
League
that.
Cup,
and,
though,
and
is
no one looks back and goes, you know, like we finished second and third under Ollie. That's not like a thing.
No.
Like it's not you're not got a trophy for that, or you go back and you go, oh, United were the third place winners in 2019 or whatever. Like that's not a thing. Whereas, you know, Jose did win those 2 trophies.
Okay, so what would you rather then? I'm not letting you off the hook.
But my
This is why I don't like those questions.
issue is right. I want us in that Champions League because I think when you're in it, you've got a chance.
Wow, we've proved that that's not the case.
Yes. If we make the Champions League right this year, like so we're in it.
Champions League is
next year.
Champions League is much different from the Europa League, where I'd say 9 times out of 10 the best teams make it to the best teams in the competition make it to the final. Man,
I disagree slightly.
Disagree. Who name the latest Champions League winner that isn't a top elite team that's usually always there or thereabouts?
No, not like
There's
the
never
best, the
elite
very best.
teams.
Like
There's
Liverpool
never
won
elite
it.
teams in
Liverpool
Europa.
have won it. Like 2005, for example. I know it's going back a bit. Liverpool won it, and they finished 5th in the Premier League. Chelsea finished 6th in 2012, and they won it.
And when they won it the time before.
Yeah. Chelsea finished 5th in the Premier League in 2020.
in the last
so that's
10
only 2 years ago, bro.
But the thing is,
There's
it's
always
still
upsets.
it's a competition, but I'm saying
But
Chelsea.
could we
has
not do
league.
that though? Chelsea finished 5th and won it, and 6th and won it, and the Scousers finished 5th and have won it. Could we not do that?
There's
My
always
point is, could we not win it next year?
there's always a chance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my point.
There's always a chance.
I'm not saying
but
it's
not
likely. I don't think. I'm not
But-
for 1 minute
but
think it's likely.
But I'm gonna come back to it. You have still not answered me.
I think-
and I know
No,
you
no,
will.
no,
no.
Listen, go on.
That's what I'm going to say.
If it wasn't the League Cup and it was the
Yeah.
FA Cup or the Europa League, I'd be
Yeah.
more tempted to say yes. But the problem with the League Cup is that the finals in like what? Isn't it before?
That's
what month?
Because
it's all basically it's early, isn't it? And I don't know, it's obviously a bit later this year. But what I'm trying to say is, like, say we win the League Cup.
So 26th of February.
Okay, so right, it's done by the end of February.
Yeah.
So the rest of the season would just be shit. Because it means that we're going to go out the FA Cup, we're going to go out the Europa League, and this top 4 dream that we have is going to just slowly
You're facing a lot of bad results, aren't you, from February onwards if we don't make top 4.
So what's wrong?
You always forget about the League Cup as well.
I'd take top 4.
So you take top 4.
Do you know what? For different reasons than him.
Excuse me.
Because I think we've got an outside chance of winning the Champions League next season if we got in it. An outside chance. I don't expect us to, but you're in it.
Think about this.
You think with United, right? Our 11, our starting 11, if everyone's fit, could go toe to toe with practically anyone.
Yeah, but we've been saying
it's just
that
a squad.
for years, I think.
It's just a squad, though, isn't it? But we've never had Casemiro and Varane and, like, at the same time. And these players now, Marcus playing the best form of his life. Yeah, Anthony and you know, Martial, when he's on it, he's on it.
So you both said top 4 then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, what are you saying?
Yeah, top 4. But, like, I do really want to win a trophy, and I do really want a day out at Wembley.
You've got a choice, though. When you go,
I'm saying League Cup.
Yeah.
Just get a trophy out the way.
Yeah.
And then we can just.
Do you think there's a scenario, though,
top 4
where, like, you could win the League Cup and the wheels could come off, and then it's like people start questioning Tanag, you don't attract the same players you need.
But then,
whereas you get top 4, it's
But that will get countered. Though.
Solid.
That will get countered by people saying, "But he's finished. He's got a Carabao Cup.
How far does that get?
It's like,
you
you could say the same
and
with
can
Ollie
someone answer me? Because I asked this yesterday. Does the Carabao Cup?
But that comes at the end of the season, doesn't it? If you have a scenario where you win the Carabao Cup in February, and then you have a horrible 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And people go, actually, this guy.
I just think it's
I'm not
different.
saying that happens. I'm just, you know.
So, you know the scenario you said there, where, like, say we win the League Cup and then the wheels fall off.
Yeah,
that
if we
won't
don't
happen
make top
because,
4.
say, touch wood, the club gets sold. It's different because people are actually thinking we could succeed long term.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be this whole, sack the manager, get another one in, sack the manager, get another one in. The Glazers always having a manager as a scapegoat. It's different. I don't know.
Andy Tate disagrees with us.
I think we should do another poll.
Andy Tate says, "What is our club about winning trophies, Jay? Shame on you, YouTube pups." I like the fact he's calling us YouTube pups. He's probably the most famous YouTuber out of a lot of us. So Andy Tate's made his views clear. On the poll, we've had the results in.
Yeah.
Is Christmas dinner overrated, as Ronaldo Brown says? No.
Yeah.
58%. Yes. 41%. 272 votes, which I think is a good enough.
Politically, I'd almost win that.
Well, you wouldn't. How would you that's a landslide against you. 58% against you. It's not politically. You just put the word politically in there for no reason whatsoever.
I did put it in there for a reason. Because you're a politics guru.
Politically?
Because you're a little
political about Brussels sprouts.
By losing, by only getting basically just over a third of the votes, I've technically won.
You're a political guru.
I don't know how your political outlook, but mine's a bit different. Liam Pickering says top 4 Carabao champs and beat Barca for vibes is the perfect first Tanag season. We'll get into some of your comments. First of all, though, 'tis the season, right? 2.
Be jolly.
4 clean balls even. Fa la 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 la. La 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 la. Right, our friends at Manscaped are helping you clean your driveway for safe travels this holiday season. From stocking stuffers to gift exchanges, Manscaped's products are at the top of every wish list. Grab some crop mops for your pops or shampoo for your boo. Be the star of gifting season and help all the men in your life go from eggnog, yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
to nice hog. I think that means a handsome willy or area, yeah? Because we've all been there at Christmas or after Christmas, you want to give a good gift, you want to look after yourself. What better way than the Platinum Package 4.0, yeah? You're talking about the Lawnmower 4.0. We're talking about Manscaped's got all the liquid formulations, the shampoos, the body washes, the upstairs and downstairs deodorant, the gels, yeah? The anti-chafing technology with your boxers, your boxer briefs, yeah? You've got a little travel bag that it all goes in. You've got everything you can want there. Yeah, and for people like me, you know, we get hairs where we don't need them. Nose and...
On your head.
Not your head, yeah.
Not my head. Oh, I wish. Do you know what I mean? Everywhere but my head. My nose, my ears, everywhere else, but nothing there. But I don't mind because me and Erik are in the same club. Yeah? So you get the nose and ear hair trimmer with the Shears 2.0, yeah? You've got everything there. Scissors, clippers, tweezers. You've got the lot, right? It is your perfect stocking filler. Now, Christmas is almost upon us. You might be looking ahead of Christmas. What better way to treat yourself or the man in your life than a bit of the old Manscaped product, yeah? 20% off and free shipping. There's a link in the description. Go to manscaped.com devils.com using the code DEVILS20. Make sure you're getting all that skin safe technology, yeah, which reduces the nicks and tucks and all that business for Santa's sack. Yeah, so you get all that. So go and check it out. Your balls will thank you this Christmas. Big shout out to Manscaped. And a big shout out to all you guys for getting involved as well. Right, let's get to the Man United. Shavan says, Jay, you don't know how my hog looks like. Sorry.
They're mad, those.
Erik Ten Hag has been speaking, right? Anti-chafing. How is your anti-chafing, as Joe always says? He's admitted he's under pressure, right?
Yeah.
Which is probably the most obvious statement in the history of football. I'm under pressure to get into the top 4 as Manchester United manager, having just spent 200 million quid this summer.
Yeah.
He obviously is. But he's at least he's not being deluded about it. Do you know what I mean? And he's also saying that other clubs are under pressure as well, including Chelsea and Newcastle.
Yeah, which is like very true. And that's a good point. Because I don't think many people would say that. Many people would just be like, "Oh yeah, you know."
No, I
with
disagree.
The pressure, blah 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 blah.
I think
he's right.
I disagree though, because I think Newcastle and Chelsea are very different. I think Chelsea usually do have pressure season out to actually be successful. That's usually the way that Roman ran the club anyway. If he was a manager and you didn't do very, very well, you didn't deliver silverware, you didn't deliver top 4, he literally had a very, very low bar when it comes to sacking managers.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't someone that kind of waited around. So I think Chelsea have often been a club where managers have been under pressure literally the whole time they're there. Todd Bowley doesn't look like he'll be much different as well.
Potter's already...
So I think that's different to Newcastle.
Potter's already under pressure, isn't he?
You say that, but like Chelsea are putting structures in to make the club like more of a long-term project, because they're appointing loads of like technical directors and stuff.
Do you think that's a mistake for them? Because regardless of what you think about Chelsea, right, their success cannot be ignored. Like, they have won a lot over the last 20 years.
They've been the most successful club in England.
Yeah. And like, you look at
5 leaves, 5 FA Cups, 2 Champions League, a few League Cups, couple of Europa Leagues.
It annoys me they've won as many Champions Leagues as us. During that period,
Yeah.
obviously, we've got one extra one.
It's not a mistake, though, because it's almost like the inevitable. Because now they don't have Roman's money, and Roman's operating, like, they can't operate how they operated under Roman. The only way that Chelsea can stay relevant and successful in the long term is by making the changes.
I don't think Chelsea
now.
is struggling for rent though, and each still.
No, they're not struggling for
I feel
rent.
like they still can spend.
Yeah, but it's like Liverpool, for example. Liverpool can spend, but
Can they?
They need to. Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
not in the same
spend on Nunes.
it's a
Not in the
weird,
same ballpark
it's a
as
weird
Chelsea,
thing
though.
as well, isn't it, now with
Really.
Liverpool? Because they're
don't
like,
really know
they're in the same position as us, though, because they're waiting for new owners. So you don't know what's going to go on there.
Yeah.
Like, because new owners could come in and go, right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you £1 billion to spend on transfers because, you know, because it might be, you know, one of the super rich either states or people, and they go, right, here's a load of money, let's get Liverpool winning titles and everything. And the same could happen with United. Or it might be someone who comes in and goes, you know, you're on a budget.
Yeah. Can I just say, can you believe that Man United might finally be getting sold?
It's weird because I've been dying for it for that long, and now I'm like, I'm worried.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know what I mean?
It won't sink in, obviously, until it actually happens.
And there's so many...
There's still time for the
like,
Glazers to change their mind.
There's not just that, it's like who we're going to get as well. That concerns me,
that's
obviously.
weird, because we have never, ever had that like sort of thought. It's always just been anyone but the Glazers, anyone but the Glazers, anyone but the Glazers. But
now it's anyone but the Glazers, but I don't want to.
But you know what happened?
I don't want to
So
sports.
bizarre.
I don't want
But this is the
sports
thing, we ended up,
bizarre.
you know, in the late 90s, it was Rupert Murdoch who was trying to buy us, and everyone was against it, and we campaigned against it, and you know, I think that was when Shareholders United came about. I might be wrong on that front, forgive me if I am, but I know there was a big campaign to stop Rupert Murdoch buying. I think the government even intervened because it was like a monopoly, having Sky and having the biggest club in the world or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you end up with the Glazers 5 years later or whatever. So it's like you have to be careful because for me, I just don't want to see United end up being someone's plaything or whatever.
So you basically
Or a sports washing out enterprise.
you don't want
concerns me.
That's
the
what
most.
concerns you. That looks probably what likely would happen.
There's still, I mean, you're right, but there's still the chance that it could be a consortium like Chelsea have got. It could be, I mean, he's not, I don't buy into the idea that he's perfect. I don't think there is a perfect billionaire out there, but Jim Ratcliffe certainly seems to understand football a lot better than most of the other people we've been linked with. So I think he might, and it's a big M, be a decent owner in terms of getting the club back to where they need to be and being in it for the right reasons.
Depends how he's been doing it.
I don't mind someone coming in to make money. off Manchester United, as long as they're not going to leave us in a load of debt and bleed the club dry. You can make money and be successful. The two aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah, but like taking money out of the club, do you have a problem with that? Like,
not if they invest money as well. If you invest in something, if you invest in Manchester United, and at the end Manchester United are winning loads of trophies, the marketing and the profits are going through the roof, and then you start getting a return on your investment, that's fine. That's a business.
Do any owners do that? I don't think any owners do. Because I think owning a football club is not about making money. I read
Liverpool owners did that.
Really?
FSG did not get into Liverpool because they love Liverpool, because they're all massive scousers. They're not.
Did they actually take money out of the club?
Yeah, they did exactly what the Glazers did. Apart from the only two things, I don't think they put Liverpool in the sort of debt that the Glazers did. So that did, and also they had a plan and a structure with the manager, and the people above the manager were football people.
And I'm guessing they didn't do a buyout leverage take.
No, and it was like now they're walking away with profit, having been at Liverpool for however long it's been. And what have Liverpool done? You just nailed it 10 minutes ago. They've won the Champions League, they've won the League, they've won the League Cup, they've won the FA Cup, they've been to 3 Champions League finals. Their fans might not love FSG, but during that period, they've backed a manager that knew what he was doing. They've had people above him that knew what they were doing and understood football, and they've won trophies. During that same period, United have gone from one manager to another, had Ed Woodward calling the shots on transfers, wasted a lot of money, and we've obviously spent money on all these dividends and all this other nonsense because of the Glazers. So I don't think it's like you can't own a club, take money from it, or make profits from it. Like that's
think
impossible. I think that can happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's why most people get involved, or most people will look at United. The only two options for me, maybe three, the reasons that someone buys United. One, to make money out of the club, yeah? Invest in, hopefully, get winning trophies, you make money. Hopefully, that's how that would happen. Two, is if it's a sports washing thing. It's literally like, I want to use this club to promote my brand and to maybe distract from some of the horrible things I'm doing. Or three, if they're a diehard United fan and they just want to, they've got loads of money and they just want to see United winning trophies and they just don't care if they waste all the money doing that.
You can have those together, though. You can have like two of those things.
You can. I feel like I've seen, it might be the wrong media, across some parts of media, I feel like I've seen a lot of United fans actually seeming to favour or clamouring for the kind of the sports washing oil kind of enterprises. I don't know whether it's due to the fact that some fans have been craving success and they feel like it'll be a quick way of doing it, where you get a lot of investment and you'll be splashing out on big money and players, and you feel like it will kind of fast track us to getting back to where you want to be. But perhaps it's like you said, do you necessarily want it done that way, or would you want it done like a more what you say is the right way? Because you said Todd Bowley, but is it what he's shown so far? Still been a bit.
Was Martin Edwards not someone who wanted to make money out of United?
I don't know.
I mean, he was someone who owned the club, who made money out of the club, and yet during that time we were winning trophies. And I remember not everyone loved Martin Edwards, but it wasn't like the level of hatred towards him that the players had.
There's only very few football clubs in the world that make profit, and like they're only like the very top ones. I remember when I read Soccernomics, they were saying back then when it was that United was the only club that makes profit all the time and you can take money, and that's exactly why the Glazers got on board with it. I just think the thing is, all the three options you gave there, Jay, as well.
Yeah.
City's owners, for example, they're doing two of those things. They want to win. We know that because they're just every year that everything goes into the Champions League. They're making left, right, and centre sensible appointments. They spend big, but they also buy like young players who are cheaper that they've scouted. But they're also doing the sports washing. So like it's not like just one of those things is going to happen.
Yeah.
But I just think that like if you're going to have the mindset of I want to make money at all, it just means that you can't be that top club, because there's so much competition in England now. If you're not focused on winning and that's not your prime objective, you're not going to compete.
But do you not think there's a situation where, because when we were talking to Kieran Maguire, he made this point, in terms of marketing and the value of something, and if you look at Liverpool, for example, one of the reasons they made so much money is because they already had a big fan base, but once they started winning things, then the sponsorship increases, and now they've signed the biggest kit deal in history.
Yeah.
Based on the fact they were winning loads of things.
But that's because they want to win first, and then the money comes. If you're like United now...
No, I agree with that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think there's a scenario where you can go, look, like FSG kind of did, they went, if we can get Liverpool back to winning trophies, because when they took over, I think Liverpool hadn't won the titles. Well, they hadn't won the titles since 1990, was it? And, you know, I'd had that one Champions League win in 2005. If we can get them challenging and get them winning, then we will get more eventually out of that money-wise. And that's what transpired. And I think that's kind of what I'm hoping will happen with United, because I think it's highly unlikely we're going to get someone who's just going to come in and go,
yeah.
Because I want to see United win things and I don't care how much it costs me.
The teams that dominate, though, no money's coming out of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, think about like Barca, think about Real Madrid, think about Chelsea, think about City. The owners aren't taking money out. They're just winning, putting all the money in, Liverpool, for example, yes, they did successful in comparison to what they'd done the 20, 30 years before.
Yeah.
But they only actually won 4 trophies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not actually as successful.
I think,
as
though,
it
to be
seemed.
fair, it's not, and you're right. And it does made him when like Liverpool go on, like Klopp's had a similar sort of career to Fergie in the Premier League, whatever. He hasn't. It's miles behind. But also, when you look at where Liverpool were and the fact they've gone toe-to-toe with City, I mean, Liverpool have finished on 98 points and come second.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, to be fair to them,
Look at them
some of the stuff they've done. Yeah, but now it's the end game, innit? Now it's the owners are going, right, we're off.
It's the end of Klopp's.
Do you know what I mean? It's like Klopp's got to his seventh season
cycle
syndrome. They've wasted a lot of money, I think. Usually they've been quite savvy in the transfer market. I don't think they've been as savvy the last couple of seasons. And also they've got now the players like Salah, Jordan Henderson, even Van Dijk are getting to an age where they need replacing. And they lost Sadio Mane as well. I think that's a massive loss for them.
We just need an owner who wants to win. They don't have to be a sugar daddy or a country.
No, I agree.
Invest in. We're Man United. Like, we make so much money, and like as soon as the success starts coming back, we'll make more. We just need people who are there, who are going to steer that money into the right direction and putting that money into making the club a winning machine again.
You're saying you just want an owner that wants to win, because I'm thinking as an owner, should it be more profitable for you if the club's winning?
Yeah,
successful?
That makes sense. So, it's like, you know, if your brand is going to be associated with something, you want your brand that's associated with something that's successful. Like TeamViewer have just gone, what the fuck are we doing sponsoring this shower?
No, because we...
Do you know what I mean? Chevrolet went, this is going to be our gateway into Europe, and then United didn't make Europe. Do you know what I mean? It's like, hang on a minute, that's a bit of a disaster.
No, it's the success, but on the success parts with these owners that have other franchises, you got like... Because when you do talk about, for example, the Cronkies, and then you talk about the Glazers, how they've got the NFL teams, they've got the LA Rams, and then they've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have been the last 2 Super Bowl winners. And you feel like they have their success elsewhere, that they almost kind of look at.
Well, it's obviously with the Glazers, like for them, the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like you were saying, was their thing, wasn't it? Where they give interviews there, they live there, they go to the games all the time, they give a toss, basically. Where here, they don't give a toss about United at all.
I think they kind of gave a toss, because there's also a story that like...
What about United?
No, about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, they do.
No, but I don't think they do as much as you think.
Oh, right.
Because I think when they took over, they said that they were going to redo the stadium, but they wanted the taxpayer to pay for half of it.
Sounds very Glazer-esque.
Everyone was like, no, but then they threatened to move the franchise out of Tampa.
See, this is what I don't understand about American
So then eventually
sports.
they agreed that they'd pay for half of it.
They relocate a lot
And
of
then,
the time.
and then they made the taxpayer pay for the whole stadium.
Right.
So I don't know if they do actually care.
Maybe they don't care then, to be fair. But at least they're present there. I mean? I've seen them, doing press conferences and going to the ground and stuff like that. It seems to be a little more involved. Whether you can say they care.
I'm sure people in the comments
involved.
don't know it, because it is different, but it is very, very different. It's 2 very differently run sports as well.
Yassine Matsbui, forgive me if I butchered your name. Welcome to the Academy. Thanks for that. Scott says nearly 1,000 watching, over 1,000 watching, and yet only 100 odd likes. Yeah, hit that like button. Come on, people, hit that like button. I'll ask you this question though. If Erik ten Hag fails to win a trophy and fails to get top 4, would you still stick with him?
100%.
That's what I like to hear. What about you now?
I'd still stick with him.
Would you?
Yeah.
Surely.
I'm getting carried away with him. I'm having to temper myself, because I genuinely think the guy's gifted.
Yeah,
I do.
Me too.
I'm like, even like it's Burnley at home, and I get excited. I'm like, right, look how he gets a tune out of Wan-Bissaka. Look how Marcus is playing the best football of his career. Look how he puts Casemiro in the centre of the defence, and it's just mint. Like, the guy just knows what he's doing, and it's like, okay, just slow down a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think he's done anything wrong, has he?
Because it's like, even when we lost those first couple of games, even then you can sort of sympathise with him, because you think, okay, these are the players he inherited. Like, these are established United and in England international, some of them. I can understand why he played that team and picked the team he picked. It wasn't like a bizarre team. And then he learned from that and went like, right, okay, they're not at the level, they're not, I can't get away with doing this, that and the other. Liverpool game, we won. Like that felt for me like his first sort of, right, this is me doing what I want to do now. And then the only other time I think he's been a bit naive was the City game where he went Eriksen, Bruno and McTominay was it in midfield.
Yeah.
Where you crying out for an extra DM there, weren't you? Because De Bruyne tore us apart. But the way he's got the best out of some of these players that a lot of us had given up on, or some people had given up on, the way his signings have just fitted in perfectly. And also little things like, well, it's not little, it's quite important, how he's handled Garnacho, for example. He's handled him quite well. Do you know what I mean? He's not gone like...
He handled Ronaldo.
Yeah. And it kind of makes sense. So I just feel like Erik ten Hag is just, he's the real deal, but I'm trying not to get too giddy because I could end up just,
I know what you mean.
Because
imagine the Glazers sell now and we get a good owner. All of a sudden, we have one of the best managers in the world.
Yeah.
And kind of the shackles are off again.
And this is the thing.
Just go do stuff.
We'd be, so let's say we had money. We'd be like the perfect destination for a player. If we've got a manager who knows what he's doing, we've got money, and also we are the biggest club in England, easily.
Yeah.
So if you're going to come to the Premier League and you get offered to come anywhere, if United are winning things and are successful and challenging, then there's no reason not to come to United.
Just got to sort the infrastructure out for the club.
Because the only thing other clubs have got over us, like City, for example, is they've got Pep and he's winning things and we're not. Whereas if we sort of address that, do you know what I mean? It could be happy days. Christopher Matthews, who's been a member of the Academy for 10 months, says, if we don't extend the Hayes contract or sell him, who do you fancy to replace him? I've always rated Bono from Sevilla, Morocco.
What about Emi Martinez?
Would you have him?
I would. Yeah, I mean, I'd have him over De Gea. How old is he? That's the question. I have no idea how old he is. I just think he's such a presence, and I love. Well, basically, after watching him in that World Cup, I hated him. I hated what he was doing. Yeah. But if he played for us, I would love it. Some of the shithousery, I don't mind a bit. Absolutely love it.
Shithousery, mate.
If it's on your team, though.
Yeah.
That's why we love Martinez as well.
But he's a little bit excited, isn't he? Emiliano Martinez, like he's a little bit. I mean, he's just won the World Cup. Yeah, it's like some of the things he's doing with the what you call it.
Oh, the Mbappe stuff.
Yeah, next to Messi, he's his teammate as well. Messi is his teammate as well, which is a bit weird. Ross Murphy, who's been a member of the Academy for 27 months and does our last moderating and everything, says, just wanted to say Merry Christmas, Stretford Paddock. See you on the 27th for the United game against Forest. Up the Paddock, come on United. Don't forget as well, we are going to be in Dublin on the 30th of December. Myself, Stephen Howson, Joe Smith, Adam McCullough, and Brian McClare. I've just put a link in the chat. If you can get that at Dublin, there's still tickets available. Get involved. Click on that link and get involved. Don't forget as well, you can check out Manscaped Surfshark. There's links in the description there. Dre, where can people find you? Other than as well, sorry, I've not plugged it. Producer Chris is going to kill me. The XG Files, when's that back on?
Next week, Friday.
Yeah, you two and Stephen Howson.
I may or may not be there.
Yeah.
You have to tune in to find out.
Yeah, innit? You got to tune in to see if he's there.
Right, okay.
That's a good enough reason to tune in, isn't it?
Right, well, that's a great plug, that.
Little podcast for you, innit?
Tune into this show that I might not be on. Right, okay.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Friday, 3 o'clock, XG Files, Dre, Ronnie, Steve, chatting stuff. It's good crack. Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Listen, thanks to everyone who got involved. This is going to be our last live before Christmas, so make sure you have a good Christmas.
Merry
Whether
Christmas.
you're having a dry turkey or not, or you're having a Jamaican feast like my boy Ronaldo here.
Good for your bowels.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.